Abundance Mastery here. I'll wait for a couple people to come on. Tuesday morning, 911 in Thailand. Right. So who's ready for some abundance mastery? Who's ready for more abundance? It's a trick question. You already are all of the abundance that's out there. And this one used to trip me up all the time. So I'm excited to share this. Hey, Davia, great to see you. I am. I love you. You're always in. Davia's a rock star. She went through the course and she's rocking it for sure. Incredible artist, musician, and all around wonderful, awakened sovereign being. Great to have you here. So, what is abundance? If I let my mind tell me what it is, it'll tell me it's having whatever I want, whenever I want it, with no delay, right? So, why is it that it is the number one thing that is chased? Well, that and love, I guess, external love, which is the trap, and it's the same trip. Hey, Tammy, great to see you. It's the same deception trip of the hologram as abundance and money, love. Because until you can see that the external hologram is nothing but a mirror for what you're holding and thinking in every moment, it will continue to trip you up because you'll think that the answers are out there. And this isn't in every case. I mean, you guys are awake. It's like, you know that you need to own the frequency, right? You need to vibrate in the frequency. But what's really interesting is most people that I journey with and take through the Waking Up in the Dream course, they're not tuned into how the hologram is working. And when I say the hologram, I mean whatever is mirroring back to you wherever you're at in your life, in your current situation. Like, I grew up in a family of financial lack, but it really wasn't. We always had food. We had a roof over our head. It's just that the program was eat your last pea on your plate because there's children starving in Africa. And every single thing that was mirrored from the external to me and my sisters and people in general is that there's always not enough. And that's the way that the controllers, have set up the hologram. Fake money, fake systems, fake law, fake medical, fake healthcare system, fake court systems, on and on and on. But it's okay because all this is being revealed right now. So when we talk about abundance, the mind usually, I'll just speak for Jeff, goes to how much security do I have? Which is false, no matter what. This is the trick of the hologram and the mind and the program. No matter how much money you have, it's never going to be enough to make you feel safe, because there is no safety. Letting go is the key. Now your mind might be going, well, that's bullshit. If I had, $1 million in the bank right now, all my problems would be solved. Okay, cool. I got it. But stay with me. When I ask people that go through the course, what are the number one things that they want in their life? They always tell me the same, usually, almost always the same 4 things. I want my health and the body, my body to be the way I want it to be. I want a house that's paid off, so I don't have to worry about rent. I want my favorite car or vehicle or whatever. And then the last one is always, and I want enough money so I'll never have to worry about it again. Sounds logical, right? But check it out. First of all, there isn't enough money to where you'll never have to worry, because once you get to, what's enough money? It used to be $1 million. Now you can't even buy a home in California for $1 million. Okay? So what's your number? Well, how about 100 million? How about $1 billion? If you had $100 million or $1 billion, it would consume you with worrying about how to manage it and how to invest it and how to hold on to it and how to not lose it. Money is only a tool. And so you're like, duh, we already know this shit, Jeff. Okay? But stay with me. Okay? So when you begin to truly operate, because I'm only talking to Jeff right here to remind myself, when we begin to operate in a mindset of abundance, truly, we will begin to attract it. Okay? It's not about how hard you work. The words hard and work are 2 of the heaviest words in the spelling system. This is about getting excited and knowing. Okay? So, how do we operate in an abundance mindset, even if we don't currently feel that we're in an abundance mindset and we've got bills and we haven't been able to work as many hours because of whatever the scam of the day is going on right now? Find every single thing that you can to prove how abundant you are. First of all, right now, we have trillions and trillions of cells that are unconditionally loving us in every moment. That is health. And even if you have a challenge going on, it's simply something trying to get your attention. Okay? So the fact that you have your health right now, that's not going to satisfy your ego if you're lacking money. Okay? I understand it. But you got to understand the complete piece. Okay? So, do you wake up every single morning and acknowledge the abundance that you are and that you are surrounded by in every moment? How many people of the 11 people on this call wake up every single morning and before they get out of bed, while their head is still on the pillow, they breathe into their body and love on every one of these trillions of cells that's been loving them abundantly and serving them since they've been in the womb? How many people on this call? Just be honest. It doesn't matter. Wake up every single morning, and the first thing you do is go in to self-love, smiling, and consciously creating your day and envisioning anything that you desire is already here now, not in the future. Okay, Michelle says no. Lacey says I make thankful lists. Okay, cool. It's great. I appreciate your honesty. This isn't about who's doing right. Screw all that. This is about we're here right now at the greatest time in recorded history that we know of. Let's just make it the greatest time, because why let any other time be greater than this? We're creating this. Okay? So if you're not currently doing that, I understand, because most people, as soon as they wake up out of what we call the sleeping dream, because we're dreaming all the time, right? We're dreaming right now. My teacher, Don Miguel, well, one of my teachers, everybody's my teacher, but my main mentor, Don Miguel Ruiz, got me to see that in 2001. And he's like, you're dreaming all the time. And everybody in the small group was like, well, wait, I'm not sure about that. I can't control that. The ego doesn't like that. It wants to be in control. This is why part of the whole course of waking up in the dream is dismantling that whole program. And it happens very, very, very quickly. This will be taught in school. There only needs to be one class, one grade. Belief system, dismantling it, because none of your beliefs are even yours. Your belief system is actually a prison. Can you handle that? The ego is not really going to like that, because it's like, oh no, they're my beliefs and they're really sacred and, they're who I am. And no, they're not. They all came from outside of you. So your belief system is a prison. And until we begin to think way beyond and outside the belief system, we're going to stay in this safe little 3D bubble or 5D or what. I'm not saying anybody here is stuck in 3D. I'm just putting this together in this easiest to understand package that I can. So waking up every morning into this dream, the waking dream, creating your reality first thing. Because if you don't, the first thing your mind's going to do is start running those 50 to 80,000 thoughts that run all day long. I got to get up. I got to put a pot of coffee on. I got to get the kids ready for school. What about the? You're basically just carrying yesterday's 3D or whatever D in with you. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing, but we're talking about abundance here. We're talking about shifting our entire frequency and our mindset, our state of mind, through acknowledging the truth of not only who you are, but what's going on around you. If you are in lack right now, this will be a tricky one because some people's ego won't like this. I know mine didn't. Then it's you. You're running a program of lack. Things are hard. My job sucks. They don't pay enough. It's all stories of the external. It's a trap. If you're in lack, it's because of something that you're believing. It might be your self-worth. It might be a wound. But this is really key to tune into. Really key. Because once you begin to see this program, it'll shift everything for you. Let me give you an example that you may think is silly. Okay? Many of you know I live in Thailand. I live in northern Thailand. I live way out in the country at the Maladar Retreat Center. If you ever get a chance to come here, come and do it. The energy here is unbelievable. You can live and stay here for 1/10 of what you do in the USA. Maybe not quite that. It just depends on what you're used to, but it's incredible. And Thailand is so lush. It's so heart-based. It's so tropical. The plants are growing everywhere. Orchids, buds, dragonflies, butterflies, bananas. There's more fruit. It's just so alive here. It's so heart-based, and the people are very heart-based, especially where I am. I'm out in the country. So there's none of that like Bangkok energy. But if you ever get a chance, come out here. So let me show you what abundance looks like. And let me see what your response is. Because again, most people equate abundance to how much money and safety I have. And until you have that, what do? You keep affirming that you don't have it. Catch this. Make sure you get this. Okay? It's not about beating yourself up or judging yourself. It's simply about seeing the program, because until you see it, you're not going to dismantle it. But it's really simple. Check it out. Okay? So most people believe, which is just a belief, that their safety and their joy, and the word abundance means financial, usually. That's what we're taught. That's why the whole 3D mirror is all about lack. Buy this, advertisement. You need this to be happy. And money's scarce, money's scarce. They set it up perfectly, okay? So it's okay. That whole thing's being dismantled as we speak, and you came here to be part of it. So get excited, okay? Excitement is one of the highest magnetic frequencies. And understand, again, you are a walking magnet. I have the people that go through my Waking Up in the Dream 30-day transformational course write that down, among other things. But you are a walking magnet. If you become aware of that fact and you start to tune in throughout your day, you know I talk about, if you've seen my lives before, I talk about setting alarms on your phone to go off every hour so you can stop and tune in and ask yourself, where is my frequency right now? Where is it? Am I smiling? Am I abundant? Am I triggered? Am I not really happy today? Where's my frequency? But you get an opportunity to shift your frequency every time one of those alarms goes off. And you can do it all day long without it, but most people forget. So let's look at an example of abundance. I bought these yesterday. Look at that. It's a bag of limes. Okay? Why am I showing you a bag of limes? Is that abundance? Everybody can get limes, right? Fuck. No, not everybody can. And if you thought that, and I'm not saying anybody did, but I probably would have if I watched this several years ago. We've got to tune in to what's happening in every single moment that's abundant, because we're surrounded by it. And if you don't think you are, then your mind is going to tell you that you're not. And guess what you're going to attract? Lack of abundance. Lack of abundance. Check this out. I bought this glass yesterday at like a 99-cent store. I mean, they don't really have 99-cent stores here. They just have stores on the side of the road out in the middle of nowhere that are cheap. They're just cheap stores. So here's a glass. So I bought this yesterday. This may seem stupid to you, but I don't buy a lot of stuff because I don't want a lot of stuff. I used to have a 2-story, 3-bedroom home with a recording studio and a storage shed on the side, paying $2,500 a month in San Diego, California. And some of you know the story. The house had minor flood damage. I had to move out. I had 34 days to move after 7 years. I started giving everything away. I came to Thailand to be with my soulmate. That fell apart within about 2 weeks. And I ended up in Thailand with only $650 to my name. No job, nowhere to go, and wasn't going to go back home to nothing. But the point is, I don't buy a lot of stuff. And I feel so much more free not having all this stuff to take care of. Now, this is just me. I'm not saying having a home, or that's great. It's great. What I'm talking about is, yesterday when I bought this glass, I was like, wow, how amazing is that? You know, I was able to afford a glass. There are actually people in the world that can't afford a glass and don't even have one. Now, if your ego's still running the show, it's going to go in, well, no shit, Jeff. Tell us about abundance. I'm telling you about it. If you're not acknowledging every single morning and every single day all the abundance that you have, then you are not vibrating at that frequency. So here's the trick of the hologram. Most people do not vibrate at the frequency of abundance until they feel it. But somehow, usually, there's never enough. So they cycle through this thing and they get it 180 degrees backwards. You feel it in here first. Every single thing happens inside here. And this comes down to self-love as well. If you want to attract the perfect soulmate, but you do not love yourself unconditionally, you are not playful with yourself, you're going to get into a relationship and that stuff that's uncleared is going to be mirrored back to you so quick. There's no way to avoid it. Yeah, you can act like everything's cool, but it's going to happen because everybody is our mirror. Everybody. And when you figure this out and you start to love on everybody and smile at everybody, not just the people you think deserve your smile or deserve your love. This means people that you don't love. This means like deceivers in the government. This even means pedophiles. Yeah. We must forgive everyone. Doesn't mean that we wouldn't stop them or remove them from the planet if we saw them doing something wrong. But we cannot be holding the frequency of judgment or resentment or hatred or lack of forgiveness. You can't do it. Why? Because those frequencies do not exist in 5D and beyond. You can't be holding that stuff inside of you anymore. Okay, so let's get back to abundance. Does that feel like abundance to you? That's not going to pay my bills. I can't pay my rent with that. Yeah, that's the exact 3D program that they want you to run. So you'll go get a job that you don't like to try and make more money that never feels like enough and continue that cycle. What's the way out? The way out is to wake up every single day in abundance, in gratitude that you are alive and you get to create in this dream. Most people think that the dream is doing things to them, and they hope and they wish and they pray. 3 of the weakest ass words that are spells. There's nothing wrong with praying if you want to pray, if that triggers people. But I wish, I hope. Those are weak spell words. They tell your subconscious, it's not here yet. It's in the future. And I don't even really know if I have control over it. So I wish and I hope. No, that's 3D trap. I intend. I am. Boom. When you begin to watch your words and your self-talk and how you create your reality each day, everything will begin to shift. So how do we create our reality each day? How do we do it? I can tell you that most people think it's just random. Some people are lucky. Some people are born with rich parents. Shit happens. It's a crazy world. Guess what? If you believe that, it will be true for you. What I believe now, I certainly didn't growing up. I was surrounded in lack mentality growing up. You know, my dad died when I was in the 1st grade. My mom was in fear, obviously. My uncle had 8 kids of his own. It was all about lack. Finish that last pea on your plate. There's kids that are starving in Africa. It was always lack mirrored all around me. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that was part of my soul contract. That was part of my agreed training to step into what I'm doing today. And you're doing it as well. All we're doing here is getting back to being playful, which raises our frequency and not taking this whole thing so serious. But when you don't have money and your back's up against the wall and stuff, things tend to get serious. I'll admit. Been there a million times. So, what's the whole key of abundance mastery? acknowledging abundance in every moment. Why? Because that sets your magnetic frequency. It doesn't matter if you acknowledge a 50-cent glass. It doesn't matter if you acknowledge a guitar pick. It doesn't matter if you acknowledge, oh, my fingernails are growing, or I've got a nice little infinity ring here that I got for, $20, or it doesn't matter. I've got a bag of limes. I'm breathing. My body, my blood, my heart is beating. That's freaking abundance that you can't buy. No royal prince with billions of dollars can buy that. Okay? If you don't have money, you might be going, this is bullshit. All this stuff's obvious. Okay? That's the trap. That's the ego going, I still don't have enough. And if you are holding that frequency, those are the timelines you're going to attract. Because a vibrating human being is going to attract like vibrating human beings and timelines. What's a timeline? A timeline is an event. It's abundance or lack of abundance. It's the love of your life or another narcissist. It's whatever frequency you are vibrating on. That is what you're going to attract. And they're not in the future. None of this stuff is in the future. It's all here right now. That may be hard for the mind to process. But the key is to start having fun. And if you do not wake up every single morning and get excited, first thing while your head's still on the pillow, and create your day and go into gratitude, very little is probably going to come along that's going to go, hey, here's a big bundle of money in gratitude for you so you can get in gratitude. No, you get into gratitude first. Hey, Jeff, great to see you. We get into gratitude even if we have to fake it. And if you believe that you have to fake it, it's only because the mind's going, well, there's not enough right now because I don't have enough to buy this, this, and this, or pay my rent, or I'm struggling. Okay, that's cool. If you feel like you're struggling, then just simply acknowledge it. You don't want to just amplify the story. If you're feeling struggle, there's a frequency to that. And I talk about this on all my lives. You can go watch my YouTube channel for free, Portal to Awakening. Study this stuff. I paid over $100,000 in 20 years to learn this stuff from teachers. I'm telling you how to do it. It's interesting, though, that when people get it for free, they don't really always grab it and go for it and commit to doing it. You do this for 30 days, your entire reality is going to shift. Hey, Pio, great to see you. 30 days, your reality is going to shift. It's step by step. You can't mess it up as long as you just simply follow what's in there. You print out your daily tracking sheet. You fill it out every day. You start to track your frequency. You catch every judgment, every less than thought, and you start to clean up your frequency like freaking quick. Decades and decades and decades of stuff gets dismantled very, very quickly. It's why I do this, because I love it, because I don't know anything that's quicker. And it's not because I'm so cool. Anybody that knows me knows that I was ready to check out and leave the planet several times. I just happened to, it was part of my path or my contract to meet Miguel and to see that my belief system wasn't even mine and to start to dismantle this shit. And you can do it. I take people through it every 30 days so quickly. And they're like, oh my God, why aren't they teaching that in school? Yeah. Why aren't they? Because they don't want you to wake up. They want you to work for 65 years and give up the best years of your life to become what? Another spell word. Retired. Think about what that word means and what you gave up to get it. Woo! If that doesn't piss you off, nothing will. Okay? So, creating abundance. Do you feel abundant right now? That's a great question to ask yourself. Do you feel abundant right now? How many people on this call feel abundant? Now, some people are just going to go, well, that's the right thing to say, so I'm going to say it. I don't care about the right thing to say. I'm here to share some excitement because that raises our magnetic frequency. That attracts like frequency timelines into our reality. And that's the key. Get playful. Start having fun. Start creating your reality like a little child. That's the key. And do it first thing every morning, because if you don't, your day is more than likely going to consume you, and it's going to be kind of all you can do, even if you have a job that you love, which I intend that everybody out there does. And if you don't, then here's an invitation to look at, why wouldn't I be doing what I love? And then watch the stories. Well, you can't make money as an artist. Really? I know people that are millionaires being artists. But their belief is, I can make a lot of money being an artist because I'm great and people value me. It's all about your belief. It's all about what you create. When you wake up in the morning, what do you see? What are you pulling into your timeline? Which one of these timelines are you pulling in? You're pulling it in. It's not randomly happening to you. You're vibrating at a specific frequency. This is the key. This is the secret. Okay? How often throughout the day are you tuning into what your frequency is? That's the key. That's all there is to it. It's all you need to learn in school. What an emotional trigger is, how to clear it, how to dismantle it, and how to be in the higher emotional frequencies as much as possible. Love, joy, gratitude, compassion, forgiveness, excitement, my favorite one. Yeah. And when you're not there, train yourself to notice it, and don't allow yourself to be pulled into 3D for longer than maybe 1 or 2 or 3 seconds. 10 seconds, maybe a minute or two if it's a huge trigger. But catch yourself. It teaches you exactly how to do it. Exactly how to do it. It's so easy. Look at that. Everything's backwards. It's not even a thick book. There's no filler. I feel dyslexic. Oh, there I go. So everything's reversed in my hologram here with my camera. I'm telling you, it's so easy. There's a digital course too. Or come and journey with me. Do this. This will blow your frickin' whole belief system and heal your wounds quicker than you're doing it, you know? But I journey with 4 or 5 people every month who are ready to do it. And they're like, oh my God, that's all it was? Why doesn't everybody know this? And I'm like, right? So everybody will. Nobody's going to get left behind. But super key. Super key. If you don't do the inner healing, you're going to keep attracting the same people, and whatever that belief or whatever that wound is, whether it's a relationship thing or an abundance thing or a health thing, you're going to keep attracting it over and over and over. How long does it take to heal a childhood wound or a trauma? I see people do it in as little as 1 to 7 days, every month, every month, every month. Yeah. Guide them through it. I watch it every month. And nobody isn't able to get it or understand it. Everybody gets it. Because I hold that space for them, and we get on calls and we mirror this stuff through. And it happens very quickly. You watch the PowerPoint trainings that show you exactly how to see the program in the wound. If you knew how simple this was, you would be running to do it. And that might sound like a sales pitch to you. I'm not trying to sound salesy, but I'll tell you what. I wish I would have known this 20 years ago and didn't have to spend 20 plus years and over $100,000 to do it. But it doesn't matter. It was part of my journey. And money's just freaking money. It's here, it's gone, it's coming, it's flowing. Okay? But the key is, if you haven't done the inner healing, and you might not even know, this is a real trigger word, heal, wound. I don't want to admit that I'm wounded. Fuck, I'm doing pretty good. You know, I got a job, I got a girlfriend, you know, I just bought the newest Mazda. That's great. I'm talking about super honesty. When I'm talking about healing, I'm talking about, is there anybody that we still have yet to forgive for anything? our parents, our grandparents, the government, anybody, because anybody that you are still holding lack of forgiveness to, that's in your frequency. And guess what that frequency is? It's 3D. You're not going to move beyond 3D if you're still holding that frequency. Why? Because you're a magnet. What do magnets do? They attract the same magnet. You put they just do. And if you can understand this and be able to go, this might be making some sense here. Then you go, all right, let me grab a piece of paper and ask the $1 trillion question. Is there anybody that I still need to forgive? Including myself. Your subconscious and your heart will tell you. Yeah, that one dude in 3rd grade that punched me in the face and took my girlfriend and everybody was laughing. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It was part of your soul contract. It's comical when you kind of start to see that, although I don't want to trigger anybody because it's not comical if you get sexually abused or, and I journey with people that has happened to as well. And that's happened in my family as well, okay? So I'm very aware of that. And I hold a very safe and sacred space for that. But one must understand, even if they don't want to, that everything that happened to us was part of our soul contract. And we can either be mad about it and pissed off for the rest of our lives, or we can go, all right, what am I going to take away from this moving forward? Well, I can go help other people. I can go help other women that have been through this. I can do something with it. It was part of my soul contract. If you want to resist and go, life's fucked, it's against me. I mean, I used to be that guy. I was in my garage with a gun to my head, ready to check out. More than once, okay? I don't blame anybody that gets to that point. This whole hologram is set up it's a challenge, okay? But once we begin to pay attention and we come across a video like this or a book like this, and we're like, okay, so this guy might be making some sense. He sounds a little bit crazy to me, whatever. I don't know. All I know is this works faster than anything I've ever seen in my life. And it works 100% of the time for anybody that does it. You can do it on your own or you can do it with me. I can mirror you through some things you're not going to see, but there's also, some really, really strong PowerPoint videos that are going to get you to see the program and how the ego does what it does. I do a lot of hand stuff because I'm moving energy. But you got to be able to see a program in order to dismantle it. So, abundance. Are you affirming abundance in every day? You can do it resistantly. You can go, okay, I'll try it. Nothing else has worked. All I'm telling you is it works because we are walking magnets. If anybody has any questions, this is a Q&A, so feel free to pop them in here. Usually what happens is nobody wants to ask the first question because I don't know why. Their ego doesn't want to be out there naked or whatever. What you're really doing is you're opening up some mirroring for everybody on the call and for the people that will watch this later. Because there's a lot of people that, this stuff's new to them. They don't have anybody to talk to about. Their whole family might be vaxxed up and asleep, and they're just trying to find some answers. Here, Jeff's got a great one here. Tracking my frequency with the clicker. Yeah, the clicker, man. It's the bomb. Tell you what, it's life-changing. It's a part of the course. Thanks, Jeff, for sharing that. Because, it works. And it works every time. It's just a matter of getting playful with it instead of feeling like it's hard work. No, I have people that go through the course and they get their kids to clicker and the kids are like, Mom, you need to click. And they're all playing the game. And the higher score, the better. And what I'm talking about is tracking and catching your judgments, your less than thoughts, anything that doesn't come from love, gratitude, joy, playfulness. And you begin to see real quick within a few days, all these automatics that most people are running, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even realize I was doing that. Well, once you realize you're doing it, you start to dismantle it, and everything starts to uplift in your internal frequency, which begins to attract like frequency timelines into your reality. It's really very simple when you begin to track your daily frequency and consciously create it every single morning. First thing before you step 1 foot out of bed. Super, super key. So anybody have any questions before I wrap this up? I appreciate everybody. Yep. Here's Pia. To know your abundance is already, it's already here. It's not in the future. It's a frequency, you know? And when I shared my bag of limes earlier, it's like, you know what? When I can go down the street and there's a lady sitting at a wooden table in the hot sun where it's over 100 degrees, and she's sitting in front of her wooden shack house that doesn't have any air conditioning, and she's sitting at that table every single day, and she's 97 years young, and I can drive up and she smiles at me, and I don't even speak the language, and we smile back and forth as I give her the money for this bag of limes that she grew in her yard. That is abundance. The fact that I can go 1 block away and there's bananas every day on a wooden table in front of somebody's little shack every single day. It's just so simple when you tune into it. But you got to tune into it first to see the abundance. That's what I mean when I talk about the hologram being reversed. You have to magnetize it and feel the abundance in here first in order for the hologram to bring it to you. The corresponding magnetic timeline. It's so simple. And even if you got to fake it till you make it, it's so simple. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It just works. It just works. So anyway, last chance for any questions, comments. And again, if anybody's interested in going through the journey, let me post a link here. There you go. portaltoawakening.com. Transform. You can just go to the website if you can remember Portal to Awakening. Also, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/portal to awakening. Every video I've done that teaches you these tools is available there. Oh, Davia is a rock star. I'm going to put up her comment. Since I've journeyed with you, I feel freer and freer. I give. Yeah, you're a rock star. And it really wasn't difficult, was it? Yeah, we had some tears, maybe on a call, but that's an emotional release. That's like releasing decades of trapped emotions. So yeah, we had fun, and now we're still having fun. Pretty much everybody that goes through this course, we end up kind of being family and friends, and you know, my door's always open. But the key is, again, if you haven't done the inner healing and clearing, which most of it comes down to forgiveness, that's how freaking simple it is, then do that. Then the next thing is, I recommend if you want to invest in something that's going to work, grab a copy of the book or buy it for a friend. It's cheaper than going out to dinner or lunch, and go through it. And then watch the videos on the YouTube channel. It's a no-brainer. It's so simple. You won't have any more excuses. You just won't, because you'll see the program. So, intending that anybody got something out of this. I did. I haven't done a live in about a week because I have clients on the East Coast in the US, and I'm in Thailand, so it's a 12 to 13 hour difference. So I've been doing calls at this same time every morning. So I'm glad today was open and I get to come on and do this. 44:44 on my timer. I love it. 7 people, 11 comments. All right. So if anybody has a question, if anybody's there going, man, I have a question, I'm stuck, I have a question, but I'm not sure if I want to ask it. Then I learn has a comment for you. Trust. Ask away. You have an opportunity. I'm not saying I'm going to have the answer to end all answers, but I'm pretty decent at dismantling the limiting programming. And all I can tell you is the stuff works. So, all right. Well, what I love to do on these calls at the end is let's ramp up our frequency together. I'll play a little bit of the Native American flute. And what we're going to do is we're going to give gratitude to every one of our cells, which is going to raise your frequency. And why you are doing this, I'm going to invite you to be smiling. Play along with me here. You might think this is silly. If you think it's silly, your ego is winning. Okay? The number one goal and the highest frequency is excitement, playfulness, and loving it. You want to turn your magnet into a magnetic money frequency or a love frequency, abundance magnet? Get excited, get playful, and be in your heart. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop into our heart, and then you're going to envision anything that you desire, and you're going to smile, which raises your frequency, and you're going to see that here now, not in the future. It's here now. And I promise you that this works. Yeah, you might have to play with it a little bit, but it works. And then what we're going to do is, once you've amplified your whole body, breathing in high frequency vibration, feel it throughout every one of your cells. And then we're going to send that out to everybody on the planet, which is amplifying and accelerating this whole incredible shift that's happening right now that you came here for, whether you believe it or not. All right? So let's do it. So first thing, self-love. All right? So really feel it. Close your eyes and feel into every cell of your body. Maybe you haven't really been loving on your body as much because you feel like you're a couple pounds overweight or you're getting gray hair, whatever. The amount that you can allow yourself to love on yourself is the key to your health and to magnetizing anything that you desire. So really feel in, feel it, and see anything you desire is already here. Smile. Are you feeling it in every cell of your body? Now we're going to send it out to everybody on the planet for healing. All the plants, all the animals, gratitude. Be in gratitude and envision anything you desire being magnetized towards you. It works. I don't know about you, but I can feel that. That gets me buzzed. I love it. So anyway, thank you everybody for showing up with your collective energy. Thank you for loving on yourself. Thank you for being open-minded to looking at the programs. Thank you for being willing to choose to find more things to be grateful for, which amplifies your magnetic frequency, which raises your health. It raises the frequency of every cell in your body and affects every relationship around you. It's so cool when you figure it out. It really is. So anyway, I just want to say much love to everybody. And here's a link to the course for anybody that's interested. If you have any questions, just go to the link at the website and you can contact me through that. There's just a short questionnaire which asks you a couple questions about, what you really want to shift, and are you really committed to doing it? And it's life-changing, truly. Read the testimonials on there. Oh, hey, Amir. Thank you so much. Egypt. I love it. Egypt in the house. Great to see you, dear one. If you're just coming on, I'm just getting right in because I'm almost at an hour, but the replay will be on my page in like 5 minutes. And if you know anybody that could use some upliftment, would like to manifest more health or abundance or joy into their life, whatever it is, these are the tools. And there's the website down there for anybody that's interested. And again, the YouTube channel is Portal to Awakening. And everybody have an incredible day. We're at one of the most incredible times on the planet. We all came here for this. Much is getting revealed. You're not going to see it on the news until they get taken down, which is going to happen very soon. Thank you for the hearts. Purple is my favorite color, by the way. Loving it. And loving you and everybody in Egypt. All right, everybody. Have an incredible day or evening wherever you're at. Much love. And be back on Friday, if not sooner. Be well. Stay abundant.